Welcome to the Administering the Summer Food Service Program training session for the Summer Food Service Program SFSP. This training is hosted by the Oklahoma State Department of Education, OSDE Child Nutrition Programs, referred to in this training as the state agency, SA. This training will discuss the training requirements for sponsors, administrative staff, monitor personnel, and site staff. During the training, when directed to the web page, this will always refer to the OSDE SFSP web page at sde.ok.gov/SDE/summerfood unless otherwise specified. After sponsors are approved to operate the SFSP, they must operate the program in compliance with federal regulations, SFSP instructions, circulars, guidance materials, and applicable state and local laws. This session will cover specific training requirements for the sponsor's administrative staff, monitors, and site staff. A comprehensive training effort on program requirements will help ensure a smoothly operated program. Monitoring, site, and administrative personnel are performing their duties according to program regulations. Meals will be eligible for reimbursement. Accurate and adequate records are available to document the costs of meals claimed. Improvements in site quality. Benefits to participating children are maximized. Training is enhanced when good communication is established with the in-office staff members, the monitors, and the site staff. The SA provides annual training for Summer Food Service Program sponsors. Additionally, sponsors must annually train all administrative staff, monitor staff, and site staff before they undertake their responsibilities. The date training occurred, names of attendees, and documentation of the topics covered must be recorded for each training session offered. See the training checklist for a complete list of training topics for the administrative, monitor, and site staff training sessions. This checklist can be found under Forms on the web page. The specific training needs of the sponsor's administrative staff will vary. Sponsors who have multiple sites may have administrative staff with varying SFSP duties and responsibilities. Sponsors' personnel helping to administer the SFSP at the sponsor level may include the office staff, such as assistants, clerks, bookkeepers, and secretaries, area supervisors, and monitors. Sponsors operating a single site may have only one or two persons responsible for administering all aspects of the program. Specific areas of the training may require greater depth with different employees. For example, the staff responsible for monitoring the SFSP operation at the site level requires an in-depth knowledge of SFSP site operations, meal pattern requirements, record keeping, and conducting site monitoring visits and reviews with follow-up as necessary. Staff responsible for only the meal preparation and the meal service requires knowledge of the SFSP meal pattern requirements and record keeping associated with receiving, preparing, and completing the point-of-service meal counts. Training for administrative staff should cover the topics listed in the Training Checklist for Administrative Staff. This checklist can be found under Forms on the web page. Begin with a general explanation of the program, emphasizing the following topics: purpose of the program, site eligibility, record-keeping requirements, organized site activity if applicable, meal requirements, and non-discrimination compliance. Describe specific details regarding how the program will operate in the sponsor's organization, use of the cycle menu, delivery receipt form, daily reporting forms for sites. Include in the discussion how meals will be provided, the delivery schedule if applicable, and what records are kept and what forms are used. If a separate training is not held for monitors, provide an overview of the specific duties of monitors, including conducting site visits or reviews, listing sites for which they are responsible, the monitoring schedule, the reporting procedure, the follow-up procedure, office procedures as applicable, and use of the monitor review form, visit report form, and the mileage log. Well-trained monitors who are knowledgeable in program requirements and duties will provide meaningful feedback to sponsors. Therefore, monitors should be present at both the site and administrative training to ensure a comprehensive understanding of program operations at both levels. Since the monitoring function is so important to proper program operations and receiving a full reimbursement, sponsors should conduct separate training sessions for monitors that highlight their specific roles and duties. A separate training is provided by the SA on SFSP Monitor Training Requirements, Part 2, 2.8, Administering the Program Monitor Training. The training of monitors should outline the specific duties of monitors, including sites for which they will be responsible, conducting site visits or reviews, monitoring schedules, reporting and record-keeping procedures, follow-up procedures, office procedures, local sanitation and health laws, civil rights, reporting of racial or ethnic data, and considerations for personal safety if necessary. The checklist for monitors is found on the web page under Forms. Materials to use in training monitors will include the pre-operational visit form, first week site visit form, site review forms, monitor mileage log, ethnic and racial data form, and the monitor's guide. These forms can be found under Forms on the web page. The Monitor's Guide can be found on the web page located in the SFSP Regulations and Guidance Manuals section. SFSP regulations require that no food service site may operate until personnel at the site have attended at least one of the sponsor's training sessions. This is an annual requirement. Sponsors must document the attendance at site training sessions and schedule additional sessions for those staff that are absent. Regulations also require that at least one person who has been trained by the sponsor be present at each of the sponsor's sites during the time of the meal service. This means that if a site supervisor who has attended the sponsor's training session resigns during the summer, the sponsor is responsible for ensuring that the new site supervisor receives all necessary training before taking charge of the site. At a minimum, sponsors should be certain that they cover the following topics in the training session for site personnel. Begin with a general explanation of the program. Purpose of the program. Site eligibility. Necessity for accurate records. Importance of organized activities at sites. Describe how the site will operate. Types of meals, meal pattern requirements, and adjusting the number of meals. Procedures for sites obtaining meals from food service management companies, other commercial meal vendors, or the sponsor's central kitchen as appropriate. Delivery schedules and who to contact regarding problems. Explain the record-keeping requirements, including daily record-keeping requirements, delivery receipts, records documenting seconds, leftovers, and spoiled meals, daily labor records, collection of daily record forms, and maintaining copies of meal service forms. Outline the monitor's responsibilities. Discuss the monitor's duties and authority, areas of assignment, and introduction to site supervisors. Explain civil rights requirements. A separate training is provided by the SA on civil rights requirements, Part 2, 2.3, USDA Civil Rights and the SFSP. This training can be found on the web page. Explain other miscellaneous policies, such as the sponsor's policies regarding inclement weather and alternate service areas, problems with unauthorized adults eating program meals, problems with discipline, use of equipment, facilities, and materials available for organized recreational activities. Regarding trash removal, implementing corrective action, nutrition education. The training checklist for site staff is located under Forms on the web page. Materials to use in training site staff include the cycle menus, food production forms, inventory and delivery forms, monitoring forms, daily meal count forms. These forms are located under Forms on the web page. The USDA Site Supervisor's Guide should also be reviewed and discussed in training. Site personnel and monitors must understand the importance of accurate point-of-service meal counts. This is critical. Only complete meals served to eligible children can be claimed for reimbursement. Therefore, meals must be counted as they are served at the actual point of service. A child's meal is counted by marking off the appropriate number on the meal count form when the child has picked up the complete reimbursable meal. Meal counts are not done by counting leftover meals and trays or by marking the meal count record after several children have gone through the line. Counting meals at the point of service allows site personnel to ensure that only complete meals are claimed for reimbursement. Therefore, only site personnel who have been trained in point-of-service meal counts may sign the daily meal count records. A sample daily meal count form, weekly consolidated meal count form, and monthly consolidated meal count form are located under Forms on the web page. In summary, this session has covered the training requirements for the sponsor and SFSP staff, including administrative personnel, site monitors, and site staff. An in-depth discussion of training requirements is located in the USDA SFSP Administrative Guidance for Sponsors. Sponsors are encouraged to review this section in the guidebook to ensure staff is trained in compliance with USDA regulations and requirements. If you have any questions regarding this session, please contact the SA office at 405-521-3327. Thank you for participating in the SFSP training on staff training requirements.